Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The stunning misstep at Elimination Chamber. Toronto was described by a prominent WWE commentator as being caused by the conflict between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. After this match, Bianca Belair will face either Rhea Ripley or Io Sky for the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania 41. Even before the Women's Elimination Chamber match began, one of the night's most surprising developments occurred. In a startling reappearance, Jade Cargill attacked Naomi and brutally knocked her unconscious. Despite widespread speculation that Liv Morgan was her intended victim, Naomi seems to be the prime suspect in the attack that occurred in the SmackDown parking lot almost 3 months ago. During an episode of his Rosenberg Wrestling podcast, Peter Rosenberg discussed how the return of Cargill became the most talked about story in women's wrestling because of Morgan's battle with Rhea Ripley. Rosenberg went on to say that she had projected Bianca Belair to win, but Cargill had caught her off surprise and called for her return at WrestleMania 41. The effects of Elimination Chamber on Raw and SmackDown will be intriguing to see. Although Bianca Belair ought to be concentrating on WrestleMania 41, her plans may be impacted by the impending rivalry between Naomi and Jade Cargill. Liv Morgan was, without a doubt, the most valuable player in the Women's Elimination Chamber match. Last Saturday, Morgan may have solidified her position as one of the roster's best female stars, adding to her reputation as one of the most improved players over the previous 2 years. Morgan uploaded a photo in front of a mirror, revealing the wounds she sustained after enduring severe punishment in the chamber. As a result of her collisions with the glass door, chained fences, and steel floor, she had several bruises on her arms. Even Bianca Belair's hair assault left her with a whiplash injury. Many still consider Liv Morgan a winner, even though she lost. Before WrestleMania 41 in Sin City, she has the Women's Tag Team Championship as well. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley's rivalry is one of the most exciting in WWE's unpredictable and fast-paced universe. The women's division of WWE has always been defined by their legendary past, which is riddled with alliances, betrayals, and personal grudges. Their troubled history together may have paved the way for an unexpected turn at WWE's Elimination Chamber event, which would have completely changed the dynamic of the division, claims a prominent wrestling observer. Examining the long-standing relationship between Morgan and Ripley is necessary to grasp the significance of this possible twist involving the Elimination Chamber. Their paths collided in early 2022, when they formed an intriguing partnership that didn't last long. They had great chemistry in the ring, but Morgan's betrayal caused Ripley to defect to the Judgment Day, and their alliance ended dramatically. Because of her betrayal, Morgan's fortunes plummeted, and she had to battle her way back up the ranks. Ripley, meanwhile, was dominant as the villain and won the WWE Women's Championship. But Morgan never stopped striving for excellence, and during the next 2 years, she had many encounters with Ripley. Their feud was one of the most intimate and heated in recent WWE history, and each match only served to fan the flames. The feud between Morgan and Ripley had intensified by the time the 2024 Elimination Chamber event was approaching. Morgan aimed to reassert herself as a leading contender upon her comeback from injury. Ripley maintained her position as champion and continued to dominate. Since both women were competing in the chamber match, many expected their lingering conflicts to decide the result. According to a source in the know, WWE creatives have been trying to find a way to up the ante in the women's division, and the story between Morgan and Ripley is one of the most emotionally charged. An unexpected and pivotal event was set in motion by their troubled history, which was characterized by betrayal and vengeance. There was mayhem in the Elimination Chamber match because so many wrestlers were vying for a spot to defend their titles at WrestleMania. Morgan and Ripley, unsurprisingly, were the focus of everyone's attention as they vowed to outlive one another. What followed, however, caught everyone unawares. Wrestling insiders say that the company has been considering a revolutionary move that would rock the division to its foundation. As Ripley seemed to be pulling ahead in the chamber battle, Morgan pulled off a stunning comeback and pinned him in the center of the ring. As the unstoppable champion, WWE's undisputed powerhouse, suffered a crushing defeat at the hands of her archrival. The audience went ballistic. What transpired after this moment was even more shocking. Morgan unexpectedly offered Ripley a ceasefire by extending her hand to him rather than instantly rejoicing. Standing stunned, the notoriously cruel Judgment Day enforcer hesitantly shook Morgan's hand. People at the stadium couldn't help but wonder whether this was just a token of goodwill, or if something far bigger was about to happen. Fans and experts alike are still trying to make sense of the seismic shift that occurred in the WWE Universe at that very moment. The division's dynamic changed drastically as Morgan emerged as a formidable opponent, and Ripley's seemingly unbreakable aura was shattered. This surprising partnership might be paving the way for a far larger showdown at WrestleMania. Even if she lost, might Ripley still find a way to benefit from Morgan? On the other hand, might this be the start of Ripley's redemption narrative, which may cause her character to change? According to an alternate interpretation, Morgan's triumph and the handshake that followed were purely tactical. While Ripley's reign was temporarily interrupted, Morgan could have taken advantage of the situation to gain an advantage over her before their WrestleMania match. Assuming this to be true, the psychological maneuvers between the two may just start, and their animosity may escalate to new levels on the biggest stage of them all. What this choice to schedule such a shocking turn at Elimination Chamber says about WWE's plans for the women's division in the future is rather telling. Many thought Ripley would continue her dominating reign unopposed, but WWE opted to make things more unpredictable by bringing Morgan back into the limelight. Not only does this make Morgan a more formidable adversary, but it also guarantees that Ripley's character will keep developing. More complex narrative is becoming the norm in WWE, especially in the women's division. Those days of flat plots and stereotypical villains are gone. Competition is complicated, as seen in rivalries like Morgan versus Ripley, which also emphasize themes of respect, retribution, and endurance. Shock, anticipation, and excitement all ran through the WWE Universe in response to the Elimination Chamber twist. There was a flurry of speculation on social media on the future implications of this event. Many were pleased that WWE managed to surprise everyone while still capturing the essence of the Morgan-Ripley rivalry emotionally. The effect of this advancement was also discussed by seasoned professionals in the field. Trish Stratus, a WWE Hall of Famer, praised the ladies for their storytelling, saying that it is moments like this that draw in so many viewers. Booker T, a former WWE champion, agreed, saying that the element of surprise is what keeps viewers interested. Everyone is wondering, what happens next as WWE approaches WrestleMania? Morgan's triumph in the Elimination Chamber has solidified her status as a genuine contender, rather than an underdog. The unexpected sensation of vulnerability is now something Ripley must face. The element of surprise that makes this plot so appealing. Will Ripley see Morgan for what he is, a worthy equal, or will she seek vengeance? Is the most intense clash yet in their future, or will their animosity soften into a hesitant alliance? Nothing will change the fact that Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley have made indelible marks on WWE history and will continue to shape the women's division for the foreseeable future, regardless of the result. Although the Elimination Chamber served as a site of combat, the conflict is by no means over. As we approach WrestleMania, another epic chapter in this legendary rivalry will be revealed.